Wow, two videos in one day where we're talking about the third entry into a franchise. And sadly, what we have to talk about is The Last of Us Season 3. I was almost about to say Part 3, but Season 3 that has been greenlit, and now they're going around doing press tours and talking about what the fans should expect, the very few of them that are left. So let's go straight into this article and just talk about what it's centering on. Caitlin Dever, a Caitlin Dever led Season 3. I was sure they wouldn't let us do this, and that's words from Neil Druckmann. Craig Mazin and Druckmann tease how they will focus on Abby's story next and what's more of a water season than a fire season. So, there's two things that I get from this. First of all, we want someone more attractive to look at than that absolutely autistic whore. Second of all, it's almost kind of like they're pulling an Avatar reference because Avatar 3, the fire and ash part, does come out later this year. And so they're kind of like trying to juxtapose that with the season 2 was fire, the third one was water, whereas in Avatar, the second one was water and the third one is going to be fire. So I may be completely crossing wires with that, but that's what I thought whenever I saw that. So while celebrating the second season of The Last of Us, why would they celebrate it? It lost more viewership than ever. It's basically on its dying breath. Anyway, they came out and offered up a few details about what's in store for season 3, and they took part in panels this weekend with a whole bunch of folks. Rob McElhenney, y'all might know him from playing Mac in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he moderated one of these. So where they're saying they're getting the fire season from is that during the conversation, Mazin mused on how they build these extensive, meticulous sets. We tend to light things on fire, smash them, tear them down. Something they may change for season 3. And this is still just a may. So I'm reading the context of all this as much as possible. It's more of a water season than a fire season. And this is where I go back to where they want someone more attractive and appealing to the eye on screen. It's a wetter season than a hotter season. So everything else was burned to the ground. Every character was that people actually cared about, as actually only one, was burned to the ground. And now we have a wetter season. So I'm pretty sure Abby is going to be fapping at some point. Later, following a screening of the season's second episode, and that's the season 2 second episode, they return with this, that person. And this is the one where McElhenney was moderating it, repeatedly declaring The Last of Us his favorite show on television. He probably doesn't watch much TV at this point. Dude's way too busy. Doesn't he own like a soccer team now and does all kinds of stuff? I'm pretty sure he and Ryan Reynolds own a soccer team together. But Druckmann discussed, Cuckman, how he'd been involved in several failed attempts to adapt his video game, which wasn't good. The first one was great. The second one was absolutely dog water. And I think it was good to go on that journey to end up at HBO, at a place that leaned into those controversial decisions. I don't think they really leaned into it. I think they just made a deal where they're going to make money no matter what. Yeah, we'll let you do your passion project, whatever. We're not really worried about the views. We know it's not going to get too many views. Do whatever you want. Like, live out your dream. He probably sold his soul. Well, he did that a long time ago. But he probably sold his soul for this because everyone else was passing up on the opportunity, so he says. But the decisions are just what the story required. And even now, it's like, I can't believe they let us structure the series this way. We just ended season 2, and season 3 is going to be starring, spoiler alert, Caitlin Dever, the actress. You don't say, because the autistic person you have playing Ellie can't hold the screen presence by herself. We all knew this, and everyone has been saying it from day one. People were actually looking forward to, who had played the game, at least Last of Us Part 2. People who had played the game and knew it was going to happen to Joel, they were like maybe holding out hope that they would wait till one of the final episodes because she can't hold it on her own. And it was proven true. Viewership fell off a dadgum cliff. And of course, he just self-fillets himself the entire time. I believe this story is special. They allowed us not only the time, but the creative freedom to be able to take these swings. I think the audience, at least what is left of it, if there is any left of it that aren't just hate watching in order to make content about it, really appreciates that. I added that little addendum in there that is not in the text. However, Deaver joined the second season as Abby. Normies didn't know who Abby was. They didn't know what was going to happen. So at least as far as how early it happened in the game, it did happen that early in season 2, which took a lot of people by surprise. It didn't take the gamers by surprise, but the normies, it took them by surprise, and a lot of them dropped off. The gamers dropped off as well. They were just like, I just want to see if they do it justice, and they didn't. So now we're expected to, or that's not we, because I'm not going to be watching it. I guess now people are expected to see her backstory and like, oh, what led to this? Even though right before she kills him, he's literally helping them escape. I guess this story needs to be told, Cookman. Huh? I guess it just needs to be told. It's something that this dude's so far up his own ass, he can't take a shit without getting some on his lips. And there's not really much more to say. We kind of knew this would be the case. Anyway, in the first place, we kind of knew that's the only direction they can really go for it, especially with the last shot of the end of season 2. We knew that's where they're going to take the show. But the thing is, like, does anybody want it? Does anybody really actually care about this character? Neil Druckmann does. Of course he does. He cares about only himself. I don't think anybody else is going to care. They'll tune in for 1 to 2 episodes tops. It's going to be like one of those Daredevil things where like, oh yeah, there's hype to see this guy back. And then it just tanks because it's all going to be dog water. Fuck Naughty Dog. This is Malty from Mouth of Malty. Y'all have a great day and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.